Happy Saturday.
Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds.
Tell him, Opal.
Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We're gonna party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Get it started. Get that thumbs up button as you're coming in. The weekend.
We gotta party for a lifetime. Oh, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause I'd start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
I have the world's best chat. You guys are absolutely amazing.
I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know. You played me just like a fluke. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. 'Cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. I'm on my last straw, I'm broken. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, Homo sapiens alike. It's good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate you. Today is the first day of June 2024. How about that? First day of June. Summer's here, y'all. Summer is here. Crazy. Just can't believe it's summer already. It is 5:24 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. I appreciate you all. You sent me an email. Thank you so much. Hey, Jude, I will look at it. Thank you, Tanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry I had to kind of move it back a little bit today. I had some things I had to take care of. Crazy retired lady just became a member. Thank you so much, crazy retired lady. I appreciate you so much. Truly, thank you. Pearls look absolutely amazing on you. They truly do, my dear. Appreciate you. So, first of all, I want to thank all of you, mods, members, chat, for being here. It doesn't go unnoticed by me for sure. Second of all, I want to thank Christopher Proudfoot for watching me. because, in my opinion, he is adapting his story. And last night, someone sent me a clip of, I guess he was on Cluminati's channel. And now he says, remember how, well, maybe I should just play it. Maybe that would be the better thing to do. That's what I'll do. Let me just play what I'm talking. Oh, what I'm talking about. Bear with me one second. Switched in the wrong account there. Apologize. I should have had this ready, but I didn't. Whoopsie, oopsie, oopsie. Bear with me. Okay, now I can switch it. There we go. All right. Can we start off with the screaming chicken? You bet we can.
Christopher! Oh, Grace! Oh, Grace! Christopher! Christopher! Oh, Grace! Christopher! Christopher! Oh, Grace! Grace!
You bet we can start off with that screaming chicken because we got to talk about Christopher. We really do. We've got to talk about Christopher. Christopher. Absolutely, we do. So remember, it's so interesting to me how Chris says that if you was walking up to the door, um, oh, you're very sweet, Tar. How are you feeling, Tar? You feeling okay, baby? Are you out of the hospital yet? Hopefully you're out of the hospital. But Christopher was talking about what he thinks that, if you walk up to the door keypad and then the camera would come on. But if you walk out of the door, then the camera won't come on across the street. He says this. No. And I've got I'm going to do some things with the Ring video camera. I'm actually hooking it up to I bought one of the battery ones, and I'm hooking it up to my Wi-Fi in my car, and we're gonna do some tests on it. But I'll let him explain it. Well, what I'll do is let me play it like this. Let's find this. Okay. Shorts. All right. Y'all, let me know what you think. So I was going over a video from Smiley's World where she did an interview with Chris and Katie Proud, the mother and stepfather to Sebastian Rogers, missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Police have not named any suspects or persons of interest, but I found this interesting. Katie, the mother of Sebastian, said she woke up that morning to get him ready for school. He wasn't there. She claimed Sebastian left without shoes and locked the front door behind him. However, there's no video footage of Sebastian walking through the neighborhood at all. The dogs could not pick up a scent to track him, and there was no footprints from Sebastian's bare feet anywhere. I catch something very interesting, the stepfather said. Someone was taking out trash the evening before Sebastian disappeared. It is believed to be Sebastian from the Ring camera across the street. Why was Okay, so if you know about a Ring camera, it is set up to do, what is it? Is it a 180? Is it a 180, right? You can see 180. And I'm going to show you on a map, if it will pick up Sebastian coming out of the garage, taking the trash out, it will most certainly pick up someone leaving out of that door. It will most certainly, because actually the door where the house is is with the Ring camera is actually more aligned with the door of the Proudfoot's home rather than the driveway. Like their door, the Proudfoot's door, and the driveway of the Proudfoots are over here, but the Ring doorbell's right over here. So let's continue.
Wasn't Sebastian seen?
And we know that according to Seth, and I guess I'm sure the Proudfoots have seen it too, that he was seen, or someone was seen taking out the trash the night before Sebastian went missing on February 25th, 2024, after they got home from their what's going on? What's going on, chat? From their dinner. Is everything okay in chat? I mean,
leaving.
If somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or.
Y'all, let me know what you think. So I was going over a
okay, so Chris says if someone was walking up to the front door, so he does admit to having a Ring doorbell cam. The neighbor across the street has a Ring doorbell camera, and that is where they seen the Sebastian taking out the trash, or they believe to be Sebastian. It looks like a Hostess cupcake. Okay. All right. And Chris, Smiley actually asked him a brilliant question. Smiley asked, well, Chris, could someone have walked up to the door and, tried to lure, Sebastian that night or anything? And Chris is like, oh, no, no, no. No, because if someone walked up to the front door, the Ring doorbell would have picked it up. Well, then if he walked out, it would pick it up too. He walked out of the driveway, but there's
specifically out the front door.
We
Listen to this.
presume, based off of process of elimination or Sebastian's routine, the fact that that's the door that he always uses or prefers to use. If he were going to sneak out of the house or leave the house for whatever reason, that's the most reasonable door that he would have left out of.
So that is the most reasonable door. It really has to be the only door because they make it very clear, very clear. Number one, that's the one he always walks out of. He goes out another door, which is the garage door when he leaves with Katie, but he keeps his shoes next to the front door. He didn't take any shoes that night. And any other door in the house, either it makes noise, and because he didn't like the noise sounds or anything, and if you also have to have a key to lock it from the outside. That's the only way one could lock it. So he could not, literally could not have went out any other door because the doors were locked behind him. The doors were locked behind him. Chris states there's no way he could have went out a window because nothing was broke. No windows were open, no screens were taken out, nothing was tampered with, and if he jumped out a window, he would have landed on a bush and plants and stuff, barefooted, and that would have really not been. You would have hurt him. Would have hurt him that way.
Any of the others would have made noise or not
Or
been
would not have been locked.
So that the back door,
So remember, all the doors are locked at night. All the doors are locked. So the only door he could have went out of was the front.
would not lock.
From the outside, like the front, no. You'd have to had a key.
Only
You would have had to have had a key. Well, we know Sebastian didn't have a key. We know he didn't have a key.
there's only 2 doors in the house that he could have gone out where he could have locked
From the
on his
outside.
own or from the outside.
There's only 2 doors in the entire home that he could have possibly went out of. And the one in the back, you would have had to have a key. That's also the one that makes a lot of noise that he's scared of. So he doesn't have a key. He's scared of it. But wait, there's more. If he goes out that back door that he doesn't have a key to lock it, and it was locked, and he, listened, he wasn't scared of the sound, well, then he would have been seen on camera from the backyard. And Chris even states this. But Chris, in my opinion, is adapting his story. Aren't you, Chris?
And the one, he wouldn't have gone out because of how much noise it makes.
Yeah.
Everybody would have, plus it would have been seen on camera.
Specifically out the front door.
We presume, based off of process of elimination or Sebastian's routine, the fact that that's the door that he always uses or prefers to use. If he were going to sneak out of the house or leave the house for whatever reason, that's the most reasonable door that he would have left out of. Any of the others would have made noise or not
Or
been
would not have been locked.
So that the back door would not lock.
from the outside like the front. No. You'd have to had a key.
There's only 2 doors in the house that he could have gone out where he could have locked
From the
on
outside.
his own or from the outside. And the one, he wouldn't have gone out because of how much noise it makes.
Yeah.
Everybody would have, plus it would have been seen on camera.
Specifically.
Plus, it would have been seen on camera. Interesting. So last night, I think I might have the clip here. I need to give credit to Cluminati. Her link is in the description. But this might be the clip. If it's not, then I got to go search for it.
Was super weird to me. I don't believe it because I've listened to all the presser.
1 second.
You know what I mean?
So
This is
Seth said
Cluminati.
there's no evidence that he left the house.
Correct.
Well, his missing.
Okay, so, I mean, the 15-year-old child missing in itself is an evidence?
I don't know what he meant by that. It was a weird statement, right?
No, a 15-year-old who walks out, a 15-year-old who was not at the house doesn't mean he walked off. It has nothing to mean. It has nothing to mean. It doesn't mean that he walked off by himself. It means you are saying, the parent is saying that you woke up 6 o'clock in the morning and he wasn't there.
Oh,
I mean,
And by the way, it kind of echoes here. I apologize.
trying to say that there's no physical pieces of evidence to say that Sebastian didn't freely walk out of the house. Is that what he's trying to linger toward? I don't know.
I think so. I think that's what he's trying to. Ow.
Because,
True.
anybody
Scoot
who is
over.
too far.
Move your big fat ass head, Drew, for real.
What proof is there of anybody walking through a doorway? Here we are.
Well, I mean, if you have
Listen,
the camera that would show somebody physically walking out of a house, you would have that proof.
Yeah, you would have that proof.
Truth, you got to turn your YouTube off.
But once again, it
that's
comes
bad.
right back to, the camera that could see the front door.
Oh, the cameras that could see the front door. All right, let's listen.
Picks up absolutely nothing.
Oh, now they pick up nothing. Oh, how convenient. How convenient. You guys, you hear that. You hear that. You hear that. Actually picks up nothing now.
In that time frame.
Okay.
Do you have an assessment of what door or how he exited the home? Any theory
Yes.
or idea of how he? Okay, maybe you can't share that with us, but if you can, that would be.
Well, you're asking me what my thought is of how he or what happened. Sure, 15-year-old child walked out of the front door on his own free will, closed the door behind him, and has disappeared.
Right. And there is not a camera that would pick up that activity coming out of the front door. Is that fair?
No.
Oh. But it's amazing. It's amazing how the story changes. This is what we call adapting. Adapting. When you show them something, they're going to adapt. Oh, I better say this.
No. I mean, there's a camera that points that direction, but absolutely you
the house.
cannot see any, because it's so dark in our neighborhood. I mean,
Oh, but it's so dark in the neighborhood. But in his other interview, he says that one of the garage lights you can still see over. But that was only if somebody was coming up to the door. Right? Up to the door.
and I've stated that from the word go.
No, you haven't.
Offset
You-
to the way the houses are built. They're
lie.
not directly across the street from each other. There is an offset to the houses.
Lie.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
did
sir.
not.
So yeah, I could see that being real, that there's no camera. And I know from being out when I was 14, there were.
That said was
He's lying. So how did the trash video get taken then? Bingo. 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 How did the trash video get taken then? Exactly. And how it got taken is from the Ring doorbell camera. Chris stated that, hold on, let me pull these up here. I've got these videos. Let me just pull them up. This will be better if I just do it like this, so we can listen to them. Bear with me. I got 30,000.3 billion emails, which is not even remotely a number. Okay. That one's not it. One more. Where the hell did it go? Maybe it's the next one. All right. I got it here. Sorry. Okay. Here it is. Now remember, he just said, you just heard Chris. He said, I've said that from the word go. I've said it from the word go. Something's wrong with my StreamYard. I need to, okay, there we go. Amy, thank you so very much, my dear. I appreciate you. Katie is the only one not running her mouth. Why? Don't know. I wish I know. Shannon, thank you so much, my love, for gifting a membership. Thank you. If you received that membership, please thank our beloved friend in mod Shannon here. And Chris, thank you so much for being 5 months. Still loving your channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate the support. Truly do. Truly, truly do. All right. So let's listen to what he says here. You guys just heard him last night say that I've said this from the word go. They wouldn't have picked up against there. Chris, your story is adapting. Your story is adapting.
No, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
And based on.
Hold on, let me just start from the beginning. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me do this first. SL, my babies, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. You know, but you do know what happens when someone gifts 5 memberships, though, right? It's really a serious thing around here. Really serious. It's we got to do an application process.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Beep beep, mother chickens.
My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Thank you so much, our dear SL, for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. Thank you so much. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, please thank our beloved SL friend and mod. Appreciate you so very much, my friend. Also, you are approved. You are approved. Yeah, I'm going to do some merch pretty soon. We'll get on it.
And not only that, but if
All
somebody.
right, listen to this.
No.
And not only that, but if somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
And based on, something would have been visible because one of the lights is still visible.
How about that? You hear that, guys? Do you hear that? You hear what Chris just said? Someone walked up there, punched in the code. You would have seen something, at least a shadowy figure or something. From where, Chris? And he just said the light was visible. And the light was visible.
From that Ring camera from across the street.
Where, Chris?
One of the lights is still visible from that Ring camera from across the street.
Oh.
Yeah.
That has been, like I said, every video, and I've said this through Facebook, everything in the neighborhood.
There we go. There we go. You just said it. He just said it. Oh my gosh. Canadian Cookie, our love. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Another modding friend of ours. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know what? The applications today were backlogged, but we got to do an application process. Here we go.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand
mother
clear of the
chickens.
closing doors, please.
Giving to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Thank you so much, Canadian Cookie, for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. We so appreciate you so very much, my friend. Thank you so much. You received one of those pearl necklaces from our beloved Canadian Cookie. Please give her a big, big thank you. How kind. Christina, thank you so much for your support, my dear. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you. Darzilla, he said it would pick up if somebody walked up to the front door. So I guess if only picks up walking up, but not walking off. Right. Right. Yeah. Isn't that funny how that works? Isn't that funny how that works? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I just lost my boy. The don't behave right. Oh, I got you what you mean. I'm sorry, you just lost your boy and you're saying they're not behaving right. I'm not buying it. I got you. I got you. I'm really sorry for your loss, my friend. It's terrible. Thank you for your support, honey. So, yeah, well, there is more. There is more. Let me see if I can find it here. He says, we would have heard the scream. Maybe I should just put it right here. There we go. Let me. Okay. We're gonna. Hey Jude, I sent the clip about the dog sleeping with Katie. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Hey Jude, thank you. My clapping sounds like it's about ready to fall off. Thank you so much. Hey Jude. D Marie just bought her a pearl necklace. Pearls look amazing on you, darling. They look amazing on you, D Marie. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. Okay. I want to show you this. Oh my god, guys, y'all are killing me. That's amazing. Reese cup. Wow. Thank you. Y'all are amazing. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, my dear. The applications today. Applications. It's a serious process around here.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Beep, beep, mother chickens. Oops, wrong one.
My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Thank you so much, Reese Cup. That is so kind and generous of you. If you received one of the pearl necklaces from our beloved Reese, please give Reese a big, big thank you. So kind of you, Reese. Thank you so much. And your applications are approved. Whew. Got that off. Okay, let's do it. Over 1,000 in chat. Let's like it up. Yes. Can we go somewhere besides Brooklyn? Yeah, of course. We're in Tennessee right now. She just don't know what she's talking about, the conductor. She just don't know. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay. Thank you, Daisy Love. Appreciate you. All right, let's pull this up. We're going to go over. We're going to finish the Web Sleuths interview today as well. Let me know if y'all want to do calls as well. I would like to hear maybe some theories. Guidance. Hello. You had a liquid lunch. I pretty much did too. Well, last night I drank the slimming tea. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I lost 10 pounds though last night. Drink the Listen, if you drink the slimming tea, 1 tea bag, don't ever do 2 or 3 tea bags. Don't do it. Okay? You'll thank me.
We presume that he left out the front door. We never know 100%, obviously, but we presume based off of process of elimination.
Okay, so they presume that he went out the front door. And
Going over it with law enforcement, going over the house, where things are, how things are, Sebastian's routine, and the fact that that's the door that he always uses or prefers to use, because I won't say 100% of the time he does come in with me through another door, but that's the door Sebastian prominently uses. That's the one that if he were going to sneak out of the house or leave the house for whatever reason, that's the most reasonable door that he would have left out of. Any of the others would have made noise or not
Or would
been.
not have been locked.
Mhm.
So
what he means is locked from the, you got to be able, because the doors were locked, right? You have to have a key to lock it from the outside, except for the front door
the back
Because
door, so
or the back door, but the back door you got to have a
the
key.
back door would not lock.
from the outside, like the front, no. You'd have to have a key.
So I'm not going to describe every door lock in our house to
No, I
y'all
understand
personally.
that.
That's a safety thing.
Yeah, I
But
understand that. Don't do that.
yeah, but what I can say is there's
Listen.
only two doors in the house that he could have gone out where he could have locked
From the
on his
outside.
own or from the outside.
Okay, there's only two doors in the entire house, his words, not mine, that he, what did he say? Let me pull up the closed captions here.
Yeah, I
But
understand that. Don't do that.
yeah, but what I can say is there's only two doors in the house
Two
that
doors
he
in the
could
house.
have gone out where he could have locked
From the
on his
outside.
own or from the outside.
Only two doors in the entire house that he could have locked on his own from the outside.
And the one he wouldn't have gone out because of how much noise it makes.
Yeah.
Everybody would have, and plus it would have been.
Everybody would have heard it. He was going to say, everybody, everybody would have heard it. What do you mean, everybody? You mean Katie? Katie would have heard it? How about that? You mean just Katie, right? Right, Chris? Right. Right.
Seen on camera. Let's put it that way.
Oh, what was
Gone
that?
out because of how much noise it makes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Everybody would have, and plus it would have been seen on camera. Let's put it that way.
So if he would have went out the back door, it would have been seen on camera. It would have been seen on camera from the back. And he states it would have been seen.
Okay. Okay.
And we just listened earlier that if someone walked up to the front door, it would have been picked up. May not have been picked up good, which remember, we've got the video from the neighbor across the street of, well, we don't got it, but Seth's seen it with TBI, where he saw someone taking out the trash, believed to be Sebastian. But you know, it's really blurry, but you can tell it's a human being.
I mean, it would have been seen on camera. So by
on camera.
suspicion or reasonable elimination of all these doors, it's front door.
Okay. And there was no windows unlocked or anything like that y'all can tell or could tell. I'm sure they looked at all that.
Yeah, with
Yes,
the
yes.
screens intact and things like that.
So screens intact. It would have been seen on camera. He couldn't have went out the back because he didn't have a key to lock it. And he was scared to in the first place. Angel, thank you so very much, my dear, for becoming a pearl. Got a pearl necklace. Appreciate you. It's very kind of you. Thank you for your support. Oh, goodness. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for gifting a pearl necklace. If you received that pearl necklace, please thank our beloved triangel here. Thank you again so much. Appreciate you. So, okay.
Yeah, nothing exterior of the building of our house has been
Everybody would have-
altered.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why it was like, oh, not only that, but
So nothing was altered as far as screens being taken out the night Sebastian went missing. No windows open, nothing broken, nothing altered. And then Chris says he adds this.
for him to go out the window, so to speak, he would have landed in the flower bed and barefooted. Yeah, we'd have heard something because he had landed on it and screamed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what was that again?
Yeah. All right. Let me.
Everybody in the we. Remember, everybody in the we. This is the second time in 30 seconds. Everybody and we. Everybody would have heard it. We would have heard that screaming. Oh. But remember, Sebastian is barefooted, so he's not going to jump out of a window like that. Right? I would assume he would be probably scared of some height, even if it's at ground level. There's still a drop in a house. Sits on a foundation. And he would have jumped on some bushes. Denise Becker needs a late slip. Where's Denise? Okay. Denise Becker. Okay. Late slip for Denise Becker. Denise Becker, you're being paged to the office, please. Denise Becker to the office. You have a late slip. Okay. No more late slips, Denise Becker. Just kidding. Thank you for
Flower
being here,
bed
Denise.
and barefooted. Yeah, we'd have heard something because he had landed on it and screamed.
Oh, we'd have heard something.
Flower bed and barefooted. Yeah, we'd have heard something because he had landed
We'd have heard something because
on
he
it
had
and
landed on it.
screamed.
Yeah. 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 All right. Okay. So let me get these people. I know they're itching for some hard questions. And I've been, all right. So, let's see. I know that girl has been wanting to ask like what he had on. I don't think Katie heard me a while ago, but, like when y'all were out to eat Sunday, like,
All right. Crap. What'd I do? What did I do? Okay. Sorry, wrong one. So there we have it. There we have it. He says, now he changes it. Now he changes it. I'm going to let you listen to it one more time, and then we're going to get started with our other stuff.
Super weird to me. I don't believe
This is
it
by
because I've
Cluminati.
listened to all
Link
the
in description.
pressers, but he says something about the cops saying there's no evidence Sebastian ever left the house. But I don't understand how that works when they say that he may have outwalked the search grid. You know what I mean?
So Seth's saying there's no evidence that he left the house.
Correct.
Well, his missing is
So, I mean, the 15-year-old child missing in itself is an evidence?
I don't know what he meant by that. It was a weird statement, right? Oh,
I mean, my guess is he's trying to say that there's no physical pieces of evidence to say that Sebastian didn't freely walk out of the house. Is that what he's trying to linger toward? I don't know.
I think so. I think that's what he's trying to. Ow.
because
True.
anybody who has too far.
Move your big fat ass head, Drew, for real.
What proof is there of anybody walking through a doorway? Here we are.
Well, I mean, if you have the camera that would show somebody physically walking out of a house, you have that proof.
Truth, you got to turn your YouTube off.
But once again, it's going right back to, you know, the camera that could see the front door picks up absolutely nothing in that time frame.
Okay.
Do you have an assessment of what door or what how he exited the home? Any theory
Yes.
or idea of how he? Okay, maybe you can't share that with us, but if you can, that would be.
Well, you're asking what my thought is of how he or what happened. Sure, 15-year-old child walked out of the front door on his own free will, closed the door behind him, and has disappeared.
Right. And there is not a camera that would pick up that activity coming out of the front door. Is that fair?
No. I mean, there's a camera that points that direction, but absolutely, you
the
do
house.
not see any, because it's so dark in our neighborhood. I mean, and I've stated that from the word go.
All right. So remember, Chris, you did not say that from the word go. You did not. You did not say it from the word go. We just showed you that you did not say that from the word go. And you haven't said it once. You haven't said it once since after I came out with this. This is when you changed it, was last night. That's when you changed it. That is exactly when you changed it. Never said anything else until last night about it. Never mentioned it. Nothing about the camera not being able to see until last night. Until we called you out on this. All right. So Chris says that he says in the recording we played when he said that at night, one of the lights shines bright enough over here to see. Like it would have been enough for, he says, the camera. Now, remember, it doesn't pick up. It doesn't pick up on, I mean, look, it's not far. It's not far at all. At all. Now, Sebastian, he says if someone would walk up to the door here, the camera would have picked it up. And I agree, because my Ring camera picks a gnat taking a dump. If a leaf blows, it's on down the street. I mean, seriously. Sebastian, if he walked out of this door, he's going to go left or right, right? Or he's going to come out to the road here. And he's going to be walking this. So tell us, Chris. Tell us, Chris. Truth Slew says it could not have been completely dark because it was a full moon on February 25th and 26th. Someone picked something up if Sebastian left the house. Yeah, I heard it was a full moon, or it was close to a full moon during that time. But, the thing about this is the door was locked behind him. The door was locked behind him. Couldn't have went out any other door at all. I mean, he can't just float out and lock the door behind him without a key. Yeah, got a secret. Can you keep it? Yeah, same. Mine picks up everything. The remote to the garage? What is that? The remote to the garage allowed her to leave with Sebastian And just write in my opinion, please. And Chris that morning when she allegedly driving around looking for Sebastian. Something is off. Something is off. So they said Katie said he couldn't have possibly went out a window. So that's out. That's out. The front door, as we see here, front door. Front door, right? Remember, no leaves or anything this time of year or in February. Would have picked up from the camera. We see it picking up. Remember, it's a 180. How they pick up. Could see enough of Sebastian or someone taking the trash down. We would definitely be able to see someone coming in or leaving the front door. Now, the back door in the back of the house, Sebastian didn't have the key. He was scared of that door. And the back door, Chris said it would have been picked up on camera as well because the neighbor directly behind them. And every other door in the house, he couldn't have locked behind him. So he didn't go out a window, didn't go out the back door, couldn't have went out any other door except either the front door or the garage. And we know he didn't go out a window. Justin, did you ever pick up on Seth saying that in the early days that CP admitted to him that he believes KP knows more? I've never heard that. No. No, I haven't ever heard that. I don't know. I was thinking last night, I was like, is it possible Katie could have pulled something off by herself? And I don't think so. I really don't think so. It was said in a recent chat. Well, I mean, I don't know if I would, if it just came from a chat, I wouldn't, because, people take, Katie and Chris and really even Seth, even though he wasn't there, but what they are saying are just statements. They're not actual facts. They're not actual facts. People's like, well, I will email Justin and ask, what's that, SL? She could have dressed to look like so. I mean, yes. Yeah, I think someone snapped. I really do. Really, really do. But I think it was Chris says, which we heard it, we played it, I think yesterday in our live, that Chris said Sebastian thought he was going to get me kicked out of the house. January, 28th? January 28th. CPS is there. 3 business days later, Chris never goes back to the house until the day he alleges that he never goes back to the house till February 26th. What man that lives 3.5 hours away is going to be gone an entire month? You're 3.5 hours away. You're not on the other side of the planet. the other side of the country. You're 3.5 hours away. But yet Chris says he cannot tell us if he was at the house any at all in February of 2024 because authorities told him not to say that. I personally don't believe that. I don't believe it at all. I believe CPS told him not to be there. And can you imagine how Chris would say, "Oh, that's my house." You know, he's an alpha male, right? This is my house. I make the payment, right? All he had to do was show up one time while Sebastian was there. Try to tell Sebastian to do something. Sebastian says no, or they get in an argument, or even Chris comes to Chris comes and visits and he's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here. Oh, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here," because Chris said Sebastian tried to get me kicked out of my own home. I've played it. He said that on Web Sleuths. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, it's one of these. It's one of these. And all that had to happen was Sebastian saying, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here. I'm going to tell on you." That could make someone flip out, especially if it could affect your case with your daughter, getting custody with your daughter, right? And not being allowed to be in your own home that you make the payment for. That would be tough. I mean, it would be. I get it. It would be tough. And he snapped. She snapped. One of them snapped. Justin, remember there is also a door from the study that is also a keypad door going to the back door. Remember, there is a door going to the outside in the sunroom from the study, like the living room. They said you have to have a key for the back door. Yeah, they said the only two that you could go out that you could lock from behind is the front door and the back door, but you got to have a key to lock it. Justin, did Katie said when the niece was dropped off on Sunday? Didn't. Nope. I guess it had to be sometimes right before dinner, I would assume. It would be right before dinner. Had to be right before dinner, right? Because they were at, where the hell were they at? I forget where they were at. All right. Why couldn't Sebastian have an extra key? Because he never went out that door. He didn't like that door. Never, ever, ever went out that door. It was loud. It was scary. And plus, that's closer to Katie's side of the house.
I mean, look, he doesn't really sleep a lot. That's why he's been.
See, the problem with this story is strike and spare bowling alley. Gaia. What is a reality? What's wrong with YouTube? Again, nobody sees my comments. They have a door sunroom that goes to the back door. Right, from I call it the living room. I don't know what it is, but it's like there's like glass doors or something. That's exactly right. Wouldn't Chris come and see Katie on Valentine's Day? You would think. If Sebastian walked out of their house, he would have been seen on someone's camera. Oh, he would. Well, that's the problem with this case. People's like, there's no evidence. No evidence. That's the problem. That is the problem. Is there is no evidence. Why? Because if you and I walk in a neighborhood, we're going to be seen on camera somewhere. And if we're not, if they get our scent, a dog is going to be able to track us. Okay. And if for some reason those two things doesn't work out, there's going to be a footprint of something, some type of footprint, right? Nothing. And we live in a physical world. Hey, JJ. We live in a physical world. We have evidence of these things, right? Mimi, thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate it. Thank you, lovey. The truth will eventually show its ugly face, and when it does, I believe we will all be shocked. Perhaps. We'll see. Thank you so much, Amos. Thank you, Amos. My gut feeling has told me from the beginning Katie lost her cool and harmed Sebastian. Perhaps. Reflex. Thank you so much, my dear. Welcome. Pearls look amazing on you, Reflex. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate your support. Thank you, all three of you, Reflex, Amos, and Mimi. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate your support. I think someone was chased out of the house and someone snapped, says Tori. See, I just don't think anybody was chased. I'll be honest with you. I don't think my opinion is if he was chased, someone would have heard something. He would have been seen on camera and there would have been a scent. At least one of the three. At least one of the three. Should have been all three, but at least one of the three. And I do believe someone just snapped and he was taken out of a garage. Now, listen, whenever you work at like a funeral home or a coroner's office or anywhere like that, where do we bring, when we put them in our car, right? Put your loved ones, in our car, or the decedent. Bring them out of the building and you take them into the garage. It's what you do. Right? So nobody can see. And how many times do we see it happened in the garage? Justin, if he used the garage door to return from taking the trash, you couldn't see that, could you? If he used the garage to return from taking the trash. So I hope I'm answering this what you mean. Seth did say that you could see someone taking out the trash. It was blurry. Couldn't really tell who it was, but you could tell it was someone taking out the trash. Linda, thank you so much, my dear, for your support. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. So if that's what you mean, that's what you mean. Julia, thank you. That's, I forgot about that, Julia. I forgot about that. Good point. Justin, a neighbor said their camera picked up Sebastian's bedroom light going on and off. So I'm wondering how it didn't catch Sebastian. Bedroom light. I mean it, and again, remember, his bedroom light. Hold on. Let me show you. That's a great point, Julia. I forgot about that. Remember, here's Sebastian's room, right? Sebastian's room. Picked up the bedroom light that night. Yep, right there's his window. Very good, Julia. Yep. Chris knows. And he said it. But you see, he was blaming someone, Smiley asked, hey, if someone came up to the door, would he go out with, would he walk out with someone? And Chris is like, no. If he would have walked up to the door, he would have been seen on camera. Well, we know that Ring doorbell camera picked him taking up this right here from this side all the way over here. Because remember, it's a 180. And for God's sakes, it picked up his light from his bedroom camera. Or for the camera picked up his bedroom light. And the silhouette in the living room, allegedly. I haven't heard that one, but it was flashing like, don't know. If Sebastian went to bed at 9 and KP had given him sleep meds, would he have been able to just get up? I don't think so. I don't think so. And that's the other thing. If he took his medicine, I don't think he's definitely, in my opinion, not going to get up. Okay, that's what I wanted to show y'all. Here we go. Let me find it. All right. Let's talk. Let's talk radius for a second. Sorry, I need to look up something. Just give me. There we go. All right. So we're going to look up a radius calculator or radius map. Now, they're saying that Sebastian may have gotten out of a 5-mile radius. 5-mile radius by the time that Katie called her husband 3.5 hours away to call 911. All right. So we're going to look at a 5-mile radius. This is a 5-mile radius. It is humongous. It is literally humongous. A 5-mile radius. I don't think, call me crazy, but I don't think a 15-year-old autistic child is going to walk out of this radius in barefooted, cold, in the middle of the night. Don't see it happening. Don't see it happening. In February, yes. This is huge. Right here is Chris and Katie's address. I mean, it goes over 41, 65, even over some of the river there. I forget what river that is. Cumberland River. It is very big area. Very big area. I think Sebastian was smart enough to know that would be dangerous for him. Absolutely. His friends say, Justin, did you see this supposed dog scent map? No, I haven't. That's such a good comment, Julia. Thank you again for that. But someone could drive, drop off, and return within a 30-minute time frame in that 5-mile radius. Absolutely. Where are you from? Absolutely. Justin, I live in Nashville and I'm very familiar with Hendersonville, and the search was huge and professional. Absolutely. And listen, this has been searched over and over and over and over and over and over again for the last 90 plus days. Nothing. Not a sign. So is he in this circle? I don't know. I wish I did. Wish we could find this little guy. Something's got to give, though. I don't know. Yeah, the Cumberland River's right there. And also the Mississippi River's not far either. Not far at all. All right. Yeah, Chris said last night, he said people have searched and searched and searched in the area, the 5-mile radius area. You know, they're constantly looking where the construction site is and all of that. And they've looked everywhere in the 5-mile radius. And they said he's not here in this 5-mile radius. So where is he? I wish I knew. Oh, all right. We're going to finish up this video of it getting really, really messy with Chris and Seth. We found a lot of things going over this. If you've been following this the entire time, then you know. This is how we found Chris making, in my opinion, the mistake.
You know, but that's been his whole life. That's not just been like a segment. I'm pretty sure, I believe Seth has even mentioned this before as well. You know, I mean, the only time, like, I've seen a couple times where he slept really well, but I mean, that's when after a hard day of playing, if he's helped with outside work, but for the most part, he's had issues sleeping.
That's a big help in understanding this. Has he ever done anything like hid under a neighbor's car or anything like Sebastian ever have nightmares? Could he have had one that scared him so badly that he took off? Has he ever had bad nightmares?
He's had sleeping issues. I mean, he doesn't really sleep a lot. That's why he's been, you know, but that's been his whole life. That's not just been like a segment. I'm pretty sure, I believe Seth has even mentioned this before as well. You know, I mean, the only time, like, I've seen a couple times where he slept really well, but I mean, that's when after a hard day of playing.
It's a big help in understanding this. Has he ever done anything like hid under a neighbor's car or anything like that?
Oh, he's watching right now. Guarantee it.
I'm going to say we have never seen anything like that.
Chris, you're welcome to join me. You're absolutely welcome to join me. I will be extremely respectful to you, sir.
There's been somebody that has said something to that effect, but I'm not going to sit here and say for a fact, yes, he has.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't have an answer for that.
I got a question. I got one for you. Would you think it's possible that he could have left in the evenings on other nights, like at 1 in the morning, and came back through the front door and nobody would have known? Like on other, like let's say a dry run, for example, like he got up in the middle of the night at 1.
I'm sorry. I think that is a dumb question. I think they say there's no dumb questions. There's dumb questions. That's a dumb question. That's a dumb question. A dry run. Wouldn't he have done that, like, you know, when he was being left alone?
Went out the front door and then came back in, and nobody would have known, right? Because you don't have a camera, and he knows.
Not that I'm aware of, not that Katie is aware of. I mean, I will say this, and this is for the record. I'm not going to tell you what he does and doesn't do at his father's house. Those are two separate households.
Okay.
You know, Sebastian is one way at our house. He's a different way at his father's house.
Okay.
That is something that we've all had mutual respect on. All the parents together.
Can you answer, was he planning to go live with Seth?
Yes.
Okay. And was he excited about it?
No.
Okay.
At one point he was, but no.
Thank you, Reflex.
Do you know why he changed? Why he wasn't excited?
Yes, because he was informed that he will be doing online schooling vice, in-person school.
Okay. Was there a reason for that?
That's personal matters of my family that will not be discussed with me.
He just said that he did not want
his daughter around Sebastian. Just said that. Come on down, Justin. You're the next contestant of The Price is Right.
Understood. And I respect that. Thank you. He was on medication. Did he get his medication changed recently?
When you say recently, can you define recently?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know, maybe within the last few months. I'm trying to think of something that maybe would have changed his behavior for some reason.
It's really hard to say yes or no to that, just
Mhm.
because he goes and sees his doctors, and then in there they will talk about his medication and things if they want to change or if it needs to change.
Right.
But I mean, as far as I know, I'm not, I didn't see any difference, but
And is it, and again, this is just something that people want to know.
So, they it's really sad to me that the parents didn't agree on his medication, right? That's something that both parents have to come to an agreement on. There is no other way, right? You shouldn't, he shouldn't be on his medication this many days and off his medication that many days, right? When it comes to whatever parent you're with. That's not good. It's not good. Of course, Chris is in chat. He's welcome to come up here. Y'all know I'll be respectful as hell to him. I'm gonna ask him some questions.
Is it
though.
common for you and Katie to talk as long as you did that night?
sure.
Okay. Seth is here. I've asked him to join us. Insightful One, if Seth jumps on, can you please put him on the screen, because I can't because of my computer.
Right. I got it.
Thank you.
Have you guys
very
seen the dog scent track? That because you actually showed it to me, right?
Yep,
Remember
just
on the
saying.
map, Chris?
He does literally 90+% of the speaking, and he wasn't even supposed to be there. I'm not sure if I believe him. I think
I don't know if
someone
you're
was
interested
there
in-
other than Katie.
It's kind of an interesting
my
route.
opinion.
Up a street.
Well, and
At some point.
are you referring to the like day 1 through 4 dog tracks? Because some of those are
Well,
maybe
he
not
had like a dog scent outside the front door and
Yeah.
sort of around by where the fixed light was on the flashlight, and then north, and then around to like a retention pond, something like that. Just short of it.
Stacy, I believe Seth is here.
Uh-oh, buckle up.
Seth, I am so glad that you are here, my dear. Thank you very much. Seth, what would you like to say now?
I got a few questions to ask Chris.
Okay.
Me either, Lisa.
Can you hear me?
You can, yes, he can hear you.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, I can hear you.
So why did you texted me the other day about something I'd already sent Katie an email?
Say it. All right, say it one more time. All I heard was something about an email sent.
Why did you text me about an email I sent on Monday to Katie?
Because I didn't see the information in what you're referring to as Tony Mathis's phone number. I didn't see it, so that's why I asked for it.
I mean, come on, Chris. If we're going to work together, more than a week communication between the people that I'm sending stuff to you and Katie.
He's watching.
Okay, so hear me out.
I
told you. I told you.
Okay.
I told
Let's
you,
not come
Seth,
into
that we
hot,
will work
okay?
together.
All right.
I explained to you that I'm willing to work with you. You asked me some questions in regard to this dog handler. You asked me questions in regards to going on a social media platform. You've asked me questions about hiring a PR person that will speak for all of us and keep everybody off of these platforms. That's what you asked. Now, if you think I'm not going to do my homework and dig into people and find out who they are first.
He has a certain, which everyone has a certain pattern, the way they speak and enunciate words, but when he gets angry, he speaks it's just different. I don't know. It's just something about it. I would have hated to have been in any child's shoes because he would have been terrifying, in my opinion. Terrifying.
You're crazy, because I would expect you to do the exact same thing if I gave you a name.
I don't know what's going on, but did that solve it? I hope.
Oh,
Seth?
is Seth gone? It looks like he's
Uh
gone.
oh. I think Seth. Wait, is this Seth? Did Seth jump off? Let's see. We've got me, Stacy.
Yeah. How about I'll get off the.
1 second.
You know, I understand. I know you said because it has been in that, because she's running around, communicating with. That's all I can do. Same thing.
Right.
Thanks.
You
know what?
He will drop.
Do you want to ask him if he wants to call me rather than go on the internet? Just call me on the phone and I can.
Well, I think it's just like his cell signal up there is not the greatest.
Oh, it's his cell. Okay.
Yeah.
But if he wants to,
I mean, if he's on his cell phone, let me.
Heather, if you want to give him my number, and Chloe has it, feel free, and he can. If it's better for him to call me rather than.
Brittany J, thank you for being so amazing. Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you, dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you, Britt. Thank you so much, my dear.
Than to jump on.
Very
I'm
kind.
texting him.
Okay, we can do that. So, hey guys, I don't want to talk about other creators in chat, so let's not do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
yeah, let's just. I mean, I don't want to give them any.
Right. So let's get to our next question.
Okay, next question. Let me take a look at my notes. Yeah, because I just wrote some things down. Have you had? And I may have asked this and I forgot, Chris. My mind is sometimes mush. Have you had search dogs inside the house and outside?
Yes, ma'am, I have. Yes, I sure have.
And what did the dogs hit outside?
So, as you know, if anybody has followed Mr. Gray's, what he was talking about, the dog and the trail and the scent and the overlay on the picture. So they're anywhere from 13 to 18 different dogs have been involved in this search.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on day one, there was 5 dogs. 5. There's an audio dispatch tape that's been released. I don't know who released it. Whatever, I don't have it, but you'd have to dig it and find it. In that audio tape, you actually hear that the deputy sheriff does state that the dog cants toward a scent and he takes over off to the retention pond and the construction site next door.
Why is Chris still saying this? Why is he still saying this, y'all? He is still saying about those dogs. They didn't even have Sebastian's scent at the time when this was going on. So it was and is a false tip.
Okay.
Now, other dogs did the exact same thing. Now, am I going to say every single dog? No, but I do know of at least 3 dogs that went on the same scent trail, same path. The rest of the dogs, I'm not going to tell you that they are 100% honest and perfect and accurate, because honestly, dogs are only probably 25% reliable when it comes to a scent.
Okay.
That
Now-
is no.
8 days.
That is wrong, Christopher. Wrong. Why does 25% reliable? You know what they did? What was it, Missouri or Oklahoma? When they found the 2 women in a freezer that was in the ground. 20% my ass.
I've had dogs in my house the first 8 days. In my house, outside my house, around my house, around the
Mhm.
neighborhood. So yeah.
So they've been there and yeah, so they did, you're saying they did hit and they all went to that pond.
No, I
No?
didn't say all that. I just told you I've had 13 to 18 dogs in my house and around my house.
Mm-hmm.
I told you 3 different dogs hit on the same path that go to that retention pond.
Right.
I'm
That's
not going
my-
to say that every other dog.
Not every dog, but some dogs hit. Okay.
Right. So, but I want this to be crystal clear.
Okay.
Crystal.
So when
I need a crystal. Is there any crystals in chat? Crystal. Any crystals in chat? Crystals to the office, please. Crystals to the office.
people say every dog, that is not the case. 3 dogs went on the same path.
Okay.
That is all that we have on that. The rest of these dogs go in different directions,
We're following each
but
other.
it's all unreliable.
Understood. We do have a question from Michelle. Chris, was Ellie able to go in and search the cave they said had collapsed about 10 feet in? I haven't heard this.
Okay, so Ken Widener is the EMA director for Sumner County.
Yes.
They called in all kinds of stuff, got layouts of every, like where these caves were. I don't believe, and I'm not telling you by the gospel,
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe they were able to get into certain caves because they were not safe to enter.
Well, they can use
the one that
technology, though, but they can use technology. You don't have to have a person anymore. I don't.
Is referring to that collapsed.
I'll be honest with you guys. If someone is involved in this, I think that they did a really good job doing what they did as far as hiding. That's my opinion, though. Personal.
Honestly, we know that the one collapsed. We don't believe they had anything to it.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Let's see here. Let me get my notes. I was taking notes while we were talking. Let's see here. Hold on. Mm-mm-mm. So people have been asking, and this may, I don't mean to sound insulting, but people are asking, are you searching? Are you putting up flyers? That's what they're
Yes,
asking.
we are.
Okay.
Yes, and here's why they're asking that question. No, you're not going to find pictures of us out there doing this because
Mhm.
it's real simple. We, all 3 parents,
Tell us.
initially were told in the beginning not to go out and search, that we needed to be available to talk to law enforcement.
Right.
Yeah, you said you needed to stay home. That's a home is not 3.5 hours away in a camper in a different state.
Right.
They're 3.5 hours
Yeah.
Seth has been
down the
out there
road.
searching and doing his thing. He's had a bunch of people following him.
It's just Chrissy Poo and Katie now, just like it was just Dawn and Candace as well. Oh my God, y'all are amazing. That's amazing, y'all. I have the best people. Thank you all. Truly, thank you. That's amazing. Thank you guys. 1,200 likes. I worked so hard for. Thank you. Just because not to search doesn't mean you can't. Yes, Melissa. Can you imagine what would if law enforcement told you not to look for your child? What would you say? Pick a finger. Pick a finger. That's what I'd say.
Whether or not he chose that or these people decided to do it on their own accord, that's not for me to say. But we, Katie and I, are not going to have some big, massive search party following us around with a bunch of people that are already threatened death threats, by the way, to us. You know, I'm not doing that. If you were in my shoes, you'd do the same thing. You listen to law enforcement.
Mhm.
You do what they tell you to do. Yes, we're out there putting up signs. Yes, we're out there putting up flyers. Yes, we are searching.
Chris, I'm sorry. Did you just say you guys are getting death threats?
Yes, we've been getting death threats. And they have been reported to the TBI. Everything gets forwarded, screenshot, and sent straight.
Everyone's getting these threats. Everyone's getting these threats.
Straight to them.
Wow.
I mean, I believe Terry got her tire slashed. That was awful.
Oh, okay.
Okay, everyone. I have Seth on my phone, on my JBL speaker.
Oh God,
Seth,
here we
I
go,
want
guys.
to give you a chance to talk uninterrupted. So please go ahead.
All right. Mainly, Chris, the communication needs to be a little bit more prompt. If I send you an email on Monday and Tuesday, I'm not willing to wait a week to get a response back. I mean, that's unacceptable when we're trying to find Sebastian, buddy.
I understand what you're saying. I respect that. But when it comes to you asking people to come into my house on my property, who I don't know Adam from Eve, and I really don't care what certification, who can vouch for these people, I don't care. I'm going to do exactly what I have always been doing. You send that to me,
okay, well,
we're going to review it, and then we're going to send it to law enforcement.
Chris,
let law enforcement go that route, and then when law enforcement comes
for us,
Hold on.
to be on your property.
Hold
See,
on,
this
Chris.
is
Chris, hold on one second. Hold on. Seth, what did you say?
I said the person to be our spokesman to speak for all three of us doesn't need to be on your property.
Okay,
but
good.
yeah,
You're correct.
you have spoken
You are very correct.
to him.
I have spoken to him.
When?
And I'm going to make this public. I am back working, and I have work
Thank
hours.
you, Holly.
I also have to sleep, and unfortunately, I'm on the opposite schedule of you. So respect.
So, do y'all think he's working right now? Do y'all think Chris is working? Because he's up a lot at night, right? He's up a lot at night. I don't see how he could. I mean, he's clearly not working nights, right? I mean, I don't think he's working nights at all. I think someone would know by now if he was working. I just don't see it, but maybe he is. I don't know. He wasn't sleeping at the house, though, if he was working.
That. I will do what I can as I can when I can.
I'm sorry, Seth, go ahead.
When did you speak with him, Chris?
What does that got to do with finding Sebastian?
Or as Chris says, what does that have to do with the price of eggs in China?
If he's going to be our spokesperson, I was just asking when you spoke with him.
I haven't come up with an answer yet. We've spoke with him. We told him we'll get back with him after we've done some
China.
consideration and talking with law enforcement. We'll get back to him and we'll let him know our decision.
So,
I know you're on board with that. I do. I mean, I know you're 1,000% on board with Mr. Mathis. I got that. I'm not taking that away from you.
So, Chris,
China.
I understand like every marriage is different and husband wife aspect. You seem very protective of Katie and her having conversations with or without you. But like I said before you came on, I do believe that Katie is the one who, and I'm not saying it's because she knows what happened to Sebastian, but she was the last person that was with him. And so she does hold the most information, at least up until the point that he went missing.
What information do you think she holds?
Well, I'm going to get to that.
Well, then do me a favor. Let's just get to it.
He's
Okay.
so defensive.
Don't pour gravy on the mashed potatoes. Just serve the stuff up.
Chris, I'm really trying to be respectful, and this is a very
I am too. So
conversation.
please just get to it.
Okay.
No,
so
you're
we would really love to hear
Eggs,
from Katie
mashed
about his
potatoes, and
body
Katie's.
language that day. We've heard from others who are not necessarily good sources about his body language at the bowling alley and his body language here and there. And so we're just really trying to pick up on Sebastian's mood because it could help us understand what led to him walking away off the front porch out the front door.
Yeah.
Well, that is something that if she decides to answer, that's on her. But what I know is even on video, Sebastian was having a great day. He was in a great mood. He got to go to BJ's. He had a colossal popcorn. He hung out with family. He went and played video games at Strike and Spare. After that, he went and had dinner at Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse. He ate his whole meal. I mean, everything in the video, even the videos that Seth has seen, he doesn't show any negative signs of he's upset or anything like that.
Yeah. Why would he leave if he wasn't upset? Great day.
That, as
Nothing.
far as we all know, Sebastian had a great day.
No, I mean, it sounds like a really great day. I mean, they did a lot.
He says price of eggs in China, though.
I was just curious. And like I said, I mean, every relationship is different and you're protective of Katie and who she communicates without you. And I think that has, I think that has been a little bit difficult.
But right, hold on a second. But for the record, Katie can speak when she so chooses, and she's done interviews without me.
No, I'm not talking about interviews.
But she spoke without me.
Once.
Okay.
Right? She's done one
I
interview.
want to clear up something that Chris said about Sebastian.
What? She did one interview, and it was the interview with, I forget what channel it is. It's like a cable network. And it was a very, very easy interview.
Going to live with Seth. And Chris, you may ask, what does this have to do with Sebastian missing? It's all part of the narrative. It could mean he ran away. And that is, Chris, did you not say that he was not looking forward to going to live with his father?
Yes, I did state that.
Seth, did you know this?
Nope.
Chris, do you want to elaborate?
And I'll tell you why.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will be glad to elaborate.
Become a question.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. I'm sorry, Seth. Start over. And then Chris, we'll go to you. Seth, go ahead.
But I know why I was putting him in online school. He needed his therapy. to actually have been started with ABA, so on and so forth, before I put him back into the situation, because he's not ready for certain.
Question: why was he going to be in like a homeschool type program whenever he moved in with Seth? I don't understand. Was it just because of therapy?
Things.
Okay. So he was going to go.
I'm not going to set my son up for failure. I want my son to succeed.
He was going to homeschool until he was ready to go back to regular school. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. And it's not really homeschool. I mean, it's just online school.
Okay. Online, right. Online school. That's a better term. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said
Through
homeschool. Right. Online school. Totally.
Does Costco sell popcorn? Or did they get that at the bowling alley? Where did they get the popcorn? BJ's? Costco? You know how much popcorn is at the movie theater?
Be different.
Really quick, Chris, the day that they had on Sunday with the spaghetti pancakes and bragging to family and BJ's and Texas Roadhouse and bowling and all of these, like, it sounds like the best day ever. Was that like a normal weekend for them, or was it like, I don't know. Was that like their normal weekend?
Right. Well, do me a favor. Let's pause that question because you just diverted away from what she asked, and let's
He's
clear
so
this up.
mad at
Okay, go ahead.
We
Chris.
want the facts. Let's get the facts straight.
Okay.
So yes, I
So
did tell
mad
you
at them.
Sebastian was not excited about going to his father's house because online school.
Online
Seth
school.
was aware of this because Seth stood in my house with me, Katie, and Sebastian in my kitchen and had this conversation where Seth asked his son about, you don't want to go to online school? And Sebastian's retort was, no, I don't. But I don't really care about playing tit for tat. I understand that this may be a reason why he wanted to run away, so to speak, if that's the case.
Right.
But we're not going into this. We're not going to play this tit for tat on social media. We're not doing this.
Okay. Seth, go ahead.
Chris, unbeknownst to you, had already talked to Sebastian. He knew this wouldn't be a permanent thing. And me and him had already spoke.
Well, that right there is a conversation you should have had with Katie and myself about.
Rocco, come on down. You're the next contestant of Clutch Them Pearls. Thank you, darling, for renewing your membership. Appreciate you, dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you are now again. Pearls look amazing on you. They really do. They really do. They look amazing.
What your plans were.
Yes, Holly. Yes.
Sorry, do you want?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
What Seth was saying is that if I had known the conversation that him and Sebastian had, then I would know the whole thing. But the downside is that's where Seth should have had that same conversation with me and Katie.
Ooh.
And that didn't happen. But this goes right back to, here's the thing. If you're saying that because he didn't want to go live with his dad, he potentially ran away, is that a possibility? Sure. We'll put that out there.
Okay.
But quite honestly, what goes on between Seth, me, his mom, and our households is none of the public's business. If it had something to do with his disappearance, I would understand that, but it doesn't.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, I understand that. That's why we're making this clear.
And that's why I asked about his day.
Well, you're making a statement. Just because you're making a statement, Chris, doesn't mean it's necessarily true.
Let's go back to the day. Okay, go ahead.
No, okay. So, Chris, you don't know me very well. I have 2 decades of experience working with autistic children in different capacities. So I do understand they are all different. I do understand that day may have been very overstimulating for him. So that's why I was asking if that was a normal day for him. And if it wasn't, that I mean, that just gives me more information that maybe he was very overstimulated that day.
Chris?
So, all right. So one more time. I'm so sorry.
I was just saying, in my experience with autistic children, obviously they're all different. But if this was not a normal day for Sebastian on Sunday when he went and did all of these things, and it sounds like he was gone from home for a while, if this wasn't a normal day for him, would this have been an overstimulating day for him? Is this something normal? Does he normally go to BJ's and bowling and all of these things on a weekend? Or was this kind of like a special thing? And if it was a special thing, what caused it to be special? Was there an occasion?
Very much so.
If it was a special thing, a mother and a son bonding and just having a good time.
I'm not being ugly at all.
I'm not. I'm making the
I mean,
statement.
is this a normal day for them?
Can't do nothing
on a
with it.
weekend. For them to do all
Our days fluctuate. Monday through Friday, we're a working family, just like everybody else out there. And when the weekend comes, that's when you get a lot of stuff done. You go a lot of places, you do a lot of things. And a lot of times that's where, you go and spend time with your kids and do extra things. Sebastian's not in sports like most kids. So we don't spend ball time at the ballpark. When Seth has Sebastian on the weekends, he goes and does fishing and things like that with Sebastian just as well. I mean, Seth works long hours. I work long hours.
And I'm not saying any of that is suspicious at all, Chris. I'm just asking if that was normal. Because if it wasn't normal and he was overstimulated, that could be a reason for him to have ran out of the house.
No.
Okay.
He was not overstimulated.
Okay, so that wasn't one of the possible reasons.
I don't see how he couldn't be overstimulated. That was a lot of stuff to do over the weekend, especially for someone, like Sebastian. Costco BJ is like the same store, just different chain. Yeah, it's a bulk wholesale type store.
For him to leave.
Here's what I'll say. Everything is on the table. Nothing has been taken off the table, period. That's the same statement law enforcement has made. That's the same statement I'm going to tell you every single day in and day out.
Katie gave my son to your mother and father. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Say it one more time.
Do you not want to say that? Well, we can move on.
What did he
say?
say?
No. I want to hear it.
What did he say?
There's a rumor out there, Chris, that your mom and your dad have Sebastian. It's been brought up to me.
Everybody get down.
Seth, darn good and well, you got a question about my
I'm
mother.
just asking.
You pick up the
Are
phone.
they taking somewhere to like a boot camp or anything like that? And
this
just start out with
triggers him.
I don't think Seth is being accusatory. I think he's just trying to clear up a bunch of BS that's been online.
Right. And I'm trying, and I'm telling you, if he's had this suspicion, he's got my mother's phone number. He can pick up the phone and call her. She is not afraid to answer any
Chris, I'm not
questions.
saying you. I don't want to talk to your mom. I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to Katie.
Well, it's real simple, Seth.
To put it to the rest.
You have seen the video footage of Seth on Sunday. Don't tell me you hadn't. I know you have. You sat in the room with all the agents.
No, they didn't show me the video footage, buddy.
So you didn't see, you weren't sitting in a room with law enforcement, the district attorney, when they showed you a video, when you wanted proof of life, saying that you hadn't seen proof since Friday. When you've been at my house the first 3 damn days.
Sunday, buddy.
Chris, let Seth speak. Go ahead, Seth.
Chris, they showed me video proof of him coming out of Texas Roadhouse on Sunday.
On a Sunday night. You damn right.
Just Chris.
Seth, I got a problem with you sitting here making these accusations. Because if you got a problem with them, guess what?
let's squash it.
I think we're just trying to talk things out, and I don't even know if this should be public, honestly.
Same.
Okay, here's all the public knowledge you need on this deal. Law enforcement has talked to my parents, my whole family. Once again, the statement is true, what law enforcement says. Just because you hear a rumor doesn't make it true.
Chris,
I don't think he said it was true. I think he's just trying to clarify.
He said
That's not clarifying. No, stop. No, stop sitting here trying to defend his actions. Stop.
Okay.
The fact is, Chris, is I'm trying to squash the rumor. We're both here squashing the rumor.
Seth, there is no rumor. You know my parents were not with Katie on Sunday.
This one really gets him.
That's all I'm doing, Chris.
No, you're causing a problem because you know damn good and well where my parents were at their house on Sunday night. They weren't near Katie. They weren't near Sebastian. And if you got a problem, all you got to do is pick up the phone and call her. Be an adult. Be a responsible adult. And just call her.
Chris. Can you hear me, Chris?
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you.
Because all I'm hearing is anger and attitude from you. What I'm trying
And you should, Seth. You should. Because what you're doing is bullshit and you know it.
Okay, stop.
Okay,
People
all
are
right,
talking
enough.
over each other.
Enough.
Seth, go, and then Chris, go. Please, Seth, and then Chris. Thank you.
Chris, a unified front squashes rumors together. That's all I am stating.
Okay, Chris.
This is a rumor floating around, and I would like us to squash it.
Yeah, I think that is a great rumor to try to squash. That one's on Facebook, and the rumor is actually that about your mom, her car being parked at like Warsham's and him getting
Okay, so here's the answer. The final answer to this.
It's not just an online rumor because people have driven up to me and personally spoken about this.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can I make the statement?
I wish
This is very simple. This conversation has nothing to do on social media. You want to have this conversation, Seth? You call me, you get Heather, you get Chloe on the phone.
That's
Hell, I'll do you one better, and I will get Bobby and Carter on the phone.
Oh my God, he's getting Bobby and Carter. Bobby Ray and Carter.
We'll all sit down and have this little fucking powwow.
Bobby Ray.
we're not going to have a powwow like that. But I would
well, then guess what?
The situation, and I would love for it to be private because I believe a lot of what is happening right now should not be public.
I'll get Bobby Ray and Carter. You know what's going to happen if I get Bobby Ray. Seth. You better leave Bobby Ray out of it.
So explain to me why you don't want Bobby and Carter involved.
I didn't say I didn't want Bobby and Carter involved. I said I was referring to your tone, which is very angry.
Oh, I'm very pissed.
I know that. I think we just all need to take a breath.
Why does he, I mean, why doesn't he just come out and say a full-throated no, his mother wasn't there? But he's like, if y'all want to talk about this, we got to talk about it privately. And the PI's like, oh, trust me, people have came up and said your mom was at the store. Wonder why. It's very weird. Very weird.
Breath, because no one is accusing anyone of anything. We are trying to dispel things because in turn, dispelling these things will take
so full of
some of the BS off of you.
Whoa. That was uncalled for. And
we need to give Trish
Chris,
a round of applause.
I mean, I do understand your anger, but I know these ladies. I don't know Seth. I just know what I've seen. But these ladies are not full of shit.
I didn't say they're full of shit. I was referring to Seth being full of shit with his comments.
Well, that doesn't help matters.
No, it doesn't. So when you brought him on the show and he wants to start this shit, that isn't going to answer questions. It's going to spiral into the shit that's in. so we can set this shit aside and answer the questions that you got.
Okay. I would like to move on very quickly, but I will say the public
Wow.
opinion is not going to improve unless we can take a deep breath.
That's exactly right.
And I
And-
know you are frustrated.
You have no idea what
I'm
I
not
am.
saying I know
You
how
don't.
frustrated you are, but I know you are frustrated. And I am not saying that's not valid, but this is not helping.
If it's
And-
not helping, then you shouldn't be talking about it on social media.
But
I'm
here's
trying
As
to
a PI, you should have said, you know what, we're not going to answer that question. We're going to do that privately. That's where that should
I
have
did
went.
say that actually several times,
You
and you
did.
can listen to that recording later.
So let's move on to the next question.
I just got to say one thing. You want the public's help. You want them
Bobby Lynn to the office, please. Bobby Lynn to the office.
to be behind both of you.
Yeah, we
And
need them to find Sebastian.
exactly. And it's a very good chance that somebody in the public
And
will find
that's
him.
my biggest frustration is that
The public usually solves it.
we all collectively.
1-800 says, I sure wish someone would stand up to his aid and tell that boy to chill out, and STFU screaming like that fool he is.
Have to deal with all of this
We have a mother
instead
trucker
of
chicken morning.
focusing on Sebastian.
Right. And it's a disadvantage to Sebastian. Really, it's sad because we're not any closer to finding him as long as we're all arguing like this.
Yeah. And mods in chat, you're removing these comments, I hope, because I've been removing some too. And we've got extra people, extra mods in chat. Anything rude that said, they're banned, they're gone. Okay. So we'll get them out there as quickly as possible. And let me go through chat really quickly here to get some more questions here. You've been on here for many hours, and I so appreciate this. I really, really do. So,
Can Chris hear me?
yes, he can.
Can you? Well, you can't throw us in a back room. Somebody can talk real quick.
I wish I could. I wish I had that ability, but I don't. I can take you both off, and you can call him. Do you want to do that?
Let's finish this first, and we'll do that after the fact. Let's get these questions out of the way.
Chris, listen. You may not like my opinion, but when we got rumors out there, if you and I squash these rumors, then they stop being rumors, and everybody just looks at the people who are spreading them like they are shit.
Yes.
I was not trying to upset you. I'm trying to squash these stupid rumors that are literally filling up my privatized email address, their inbox, with crap. Which is crap. It's not helping find Sebastian, so if it gets squashed, then people will stop. Not everybody. Lord knows there's still going to be stupid people out there. But it will stop. It will, I mean, literally, it will stop.
My retort is
The
real
only thing
simple,
I
Seth.
want is to find Sebastian, Chris, and there are rumors out there that we have to put an end to. You may not like them, but we have to put them into them.
Right. Kelly, recently found your channel. I think you're absolutely fabulous, Justin. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Appreciate you so much, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my love.
Quickly, because right here,
You are always welcome here, Kelly.
we get in
You all are.
rumors.
Every one of you.
So people know when I told them to fuck off, if they didn't like it, they know that I meant fuck off because they don't like it.
So stop right there, Seth. Stop. Let me help you with something real quick.
Let's make it crystal clear.
You want rumors to die? You want to stop with all the stuff that's coming up and flooding these PI?
Why is he always using die?
die. I want this to die. I want that to die in the background. Always saying that word.
Guy's inbox. How many terabytes do you want of videos where you have gone out there and you've said some very harsh things that should never have come out? You never should have. And now don't take this the wrong way. That is a conversation for
I'm not
later.
here to swing much.
Let me finish.
There are things that I put out there.
Once again,
If I wasn't
you
gonna
can't
let you
talk to a
control
fucking
the
log.
Okay, what? Okay,
Chris,
so
Let me finish.
Chris, that's not productive.
It's not. So let me finish.
He sounds, he is, I feel sorry for anybody that has ever married, lived with this man, lived in the same home, has had to carpool to back and forth to work with this man. Anyone. Oh my God. So let me finish. You can't talk to him. There is no de-escalating this mother chicken. There's none. There's none. He has talked more than anybody else on that damn panel. Anybody else, all of them combined. Still, let me finish. Come up for air.
You all are playing one-sided here.
no, we're not.
I don't think that's fair.
So then tell Seth when I'm talking, let me finish.
Okay, Seth,
Okay.
let him finish.
Yes, Seth, please let him finish.
There's conversations you've had that should have never been out in the public light, and you know it. And because you did that, it started a lot of rumors. Own it, accept it, and move on from it. I told you on Sunday, I supported you. I would be there for you. No,
Bobby, thank you so much for becoming a member. Oh, I forgot to say this too. Pearls look amazing on you, darling. They look amazing on you. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate it so much. Welcome to the family, y'all. Please welcome our dear Bobby. Thank you so much, my dear.
no matter what, how ugly this got. But I'm not going to stand by and watch you disrespect me, my family, my wife, or anybody for that matter. A lot of rumors got started because you went on social media and you opened your mouth and said some things you shouldn't have said. Accept it. I'll show you the videos.
You don't need to show me videos.
Now, in hindsight, that is a conversation you and I need to have offline, away from everybody else, in our own private conversation. You and I, we sit down and we can talk. Literally, Lisa, you had people watch us doing it Sunday at that vigil.
Well,
They were snapping pictures because they were trying to get some juicy information.
Trish,
So let's answer.
can we move on to the question?
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's. There's a question here in chat, and I've heard this. And Chris, this is a good one I'd like to clear up. Is
Okay.
it true that Chris told Seth, "You will find your son at church"?
No.
Okay,
No.
that's
What he stated was if I went to church, maybe I'd find my son.
so. In other words, if you went to church and talked to the Lord, is that what you were saying,
Yes,
Chris?
that is what the whole conversation in reference was.
I have a
Not
question for
you go to a church and you'll find it.
Oh,
Who's
hold
coming up
on,
with that
Seth.
crap?
I'm sorry, Chris. Finish. I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm talking because why I understand. I see where people got that,
Right.
but that is a conversation that Seth and I had privately. You know, I'm sorry, but we're not going to sit here and drag certain things into this. It has nothing to do with it. I told Seth, basically we should all go to church. We should pray. That's exactly what it was in reference to.
Understood. Seth, go ahead. It's your turn now.
There's a better way to said it, Chris.
Okay, and that's
For
semantics.
you to think
Let's
that I
not-
don't go to church.
Seth, I didn't say anything about you not going to church or
semantics.
going to church. Can we
Is
go
that
to the
what
next
defines
question?
Sebastian?
No, it's not. Can we move to the next question?
All right.
So rude to the females up there. Tar, thank you so very much, my dear, for 2 months. Hope you're feeling better, my dear. Appreciate you truly so much, my dear. Thank you so much. Yeah, can you imagine being married to this guy? No wonder he goes through wives like literally every average is
you.
what, 4
Okay.
years?
How about this? Because you guys have been on here for almost 3 hours, and I really appreciate it. And I do think Chris and Seth need to talk off air. Let's talk about what we do know. We do know, and this is how we started out the live stream. We do know that Sebastian was last seen publicly at Texas Roadhouse on Sunday. We know he was seen on camera taking out the garbage at some point. We know that there is a possibility that the cameras did not pick up Seth leaving the house because it was so dark.
Sebastian.
Actually, Sebastian, not
I'm
Seth.
sorry, what did I say? I'm sorry.
You
I'm so
said
sorry.
Seth.
Seth, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're not missing Seth. You're right here. Sebastian.
I'd like to be missing.
Yeah, I understand. I hear you. Sebastian was not seen, a possibility that Sebastian was not seen leaving the house because it was too dark. Okay. There were certain scent dogs that hit on Sebastian. There were 3 of them that went down to the retaining pond. According to Chloe, that retaining pond has been searched.
It was actually been drained and it has been walked and searched.
Okay, so that's good. I think that's what we know about that night and the hours before he went missing. I think that's all we know for certain. Now, I want to ask all of you, what is the next step? Chloe and Heather, I'll go to you 2 first, and then I'll go to the two gentlemen.
One gentleman.
I'm sorry, my dog was barking. What did you say?
That's okay. I said, what is the next step? What is the next step for you? What is the next step for the public? What would you like us to do? What do you think you guys are going to do?
Well, for us right now, we are really focused on getting Q in. Chloe and I are working on a report and some maps to try to give them an idea of areas that need to be searched or researched. And I think really the next big step is getting us all on the same page and working together. And even though this is a mess right now, I think this is a huge step in that direction. And I'm hoping that, as I said, Chris had called me earlier and just right before the show started, and I messaged Chloe and was kind of talking to her about what you guys were going to talk about, because
That Nina girl, she's not coming now, is she? I guess she got her diesel fixed and she's not coming, right? Oh, don't let Katie fool you. She's just as control. I think Katie hides her crazy better. I think she does. He did overtake the interview. He totally did to overtake the interview. Oh god. Yeah. Oh, little dogs bark like crazy. They all bark like crazy. Their ideas, see what's I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's got to be, there's God bless Terry. Honestly, that woman, she has not stopped since she started. I don't know how in the hell she does it all. SL, thank you so much, my dear. I'm still puzzled why the Flyers they last seen on February 26th when Sunday was the 25th. Is law enforcement not telling us something? I've seen both. Some news press will put out 25th, some will put out 26th. So, I mean, I guess you could call them and ask them what's their reasoning for it. Yeah, Seth's not even looking now. I mean, I think they could do it like Maya Melete's family. They all get together like on the weekends, and groups get together on weekends when the work week is over, and search for Sebastian like that. Sebastian like that. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm at 2 hours, 21 minutes. I appreciate you all. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter one today. Um, yeah, I've heard Seth is back working. Whatever date the Amber Alert is the correct one. Okay. All right, guys. I will probably be later live on my second channel, being crazy over there. It's called Hey Sweet Tea, probably around 10, 11 o'clock tonight. So make sure you see me over there. It's called Hey Sweet, SWEET TEA, Hey Sweet Tea. Make sure you're subbed up over there. We talk everything over there. That's my channel where I just do a little bit of everything. If you haven't subscribed over there, then make sure you subscribe over there. All right, guys. I love you all. Thank you all for being with me. Could have chosen to be anywhere in the world. Chose to be right here with me. Thankful for it. I love you all. God bless each and every single one of you. Good night. God bless.